Hello, friends. It's me, Mr. Proft, coming to you from, well, actually just outside my kitchen here in beautiful, sunny Santa Monica, California, in a different room today. Um, that's my crock pot right there, which we like to cook roasts in. That's my fridge over there. Let's see what's behind me on this side. Ooh, I've got some muffins over here, and that is the back of my coffee maker. Well, thank you for enjoying this tour of my house. We're going to be talking today about kind of a fancy word, and the word is attributes. Can you try saying that? Attributes. What attributes is when are words that we use to describe what something looks like or what it does. And today in particular, we're going to be talking about the attributes of different toys. Now, I went into my kids' room and I grabbed just a couple old toys from out of their closet to use sort of as an example. The first one I found was this submarine. And if I was going to describe some of the attributes of this submarine toy, I might say that it's black, right? That's an attribute. That's a word I can use to describe what this looked like. It's black. I could also say that it's made out of plastic, right? That's another attribute. It's made out of plastic and it's black. I could say that part of it spins. The little propeller shaft spins. That's another attribute or another thing I could say to describe what this toy looks like. I could also say that there's a little face on the front of it. That's another attribute of this toy. And another way that we describe what things look like is we can talk about their size. This is kind of a medium-sized toy, I would think, right? It's bigger than a Matchbox car, but it's smaller than a Barbie playhouse. So I'm going to say it's like a medium-sized toy. That's another attribute or another word I could use to describe this here submarine. I also have a little plushie of Stitch. My kids were really into Lilo and Stitch when they were younger. So what would be an attribute of this Stitch plushie? How could I describe what it looks like, or how could I describe what it is? I could say that it's soft. That's one attribute or one describing word. It's soft. Certainly a lot softer than this hard plastic submarine. It's soft. I could also say that it's furry. Definitely like right there, really super furry. And I would say that this is kind of big too. This is kind of a big toy. So I would use the word big to describe this toy. So being big is another attribute of this Stitch plushie. To help illustrate, again, this idea of attributes, I have a short story that I would like to read. I'm going to see if I can do this. I'm going to share my screen. Whoops, and look at there. There it is. So this is called The Attributes of Toys. And I'm going to read the text right here, and you're going to join me by looking at some of the pictures here. So we're talking about the attributes of toys. It says toys can be many colors. Look at these building brick pieces. What colors do you see? I see blue, I see green, I see yellow, I see red. So color is one attribute. Some colors look light, other colors look dark. Some are bright. Some toys have a pattern on them. Polka dots, stripes, or plaid are all patterns. And here we see some striped patterns on, gosh, I have no idea what those things are. Maybe you do. If you do, send me a Google Classroom message or a Class Dojo message. Tell me, what the heck are those things? Toys can be many sizes, which is something I said earlier. Some toys are large, some toys are small. If something is very small, it's tiny, and that's a word that we can use to describe things, tiny. Look at the dollhouse. There are many tiny pieces inside. Sure, look at all the tiny pieces of furniture. There's tiny tables, tiny chairs, tiny beds, probably a little tiny toilet, maybe in the tiny bathroom. If something is very large, very big, then it's gigantic. That's another word that we can use to describe gigantic. The teddy bear is as large as the door. I don't know where this picture was taken, but look at this, outside of a teddy bear store somewhere. And there is a teddy bear that is gigantic. It's like the size of the door. My gosh. So what are some of the attributes of these toys? Let's look at the crayons right here. What do you think some of the attributes are? What are some words that you could use to describe the crayons? Well, you could talk about the colors that they are. You could also say that they're small, because crayons tend to be kind of small. You could say that they're thin. You could say that they're kind of waxy. If you ever rub the crayon onto something and you feel it, it feels kind of waxy. What are some attributes of Play-Doh? Well, Play-Doh is colorful. That's one way we could describe it. It's kind of squishy, and you can make it any shape. Those are some other attributes. So take a look at this stuffed animal and tell whatever grown-up is with you, tell them, what do you think some of the attributes are of that teddy bear? Pretty cool. All right, so here is what you're going to do. On a slide after this video, there's a story which we may have already watched together or not, called Toys Galore. And in that video, which is someone reading you the book Toys Galore, you're going to hear a bunch of different words that you can use to describe the attributes of toys. So watch the video and pay very close attention to some of the attributes, some of the describing words they use to tell us about those toys. Then, here's what your assignment is today. You're not going to be writing anything today. You're going to be talking to someone there at your house. Could be a grown-up, could be an older brother or sister. But what I want you to do is go to your room or wherever your toys are, grab one of your toys, and then you're going to go to that grown-up or that older brother or sister, and you're going to tell them what the toy is, and you're going to tell them one of the attributes of that toy. You're going to tell your grown-up or your older brother or sister what the toy is, and then use some word to describe it. For example, this is a submarine. It is black. So I told you what it is, and I told you one of the attributes, one of the describing words. Or this is a plushie. It is soft. So you're going to use, you're going to say what the object is, and you're going to say one word to describe it. This is a plushie. It is soft. This is a submarine. It is black. All right, got it? Cool. Well, it's good to have you guys back. I hope you enjoyed your fall break, and now we got some work to do, so get to it. All right, Prof out.